Okay, we're going to go to the Lamrim. I've been teaching it for, I don't know, 8 years. I promised to finish this book. It's very long. It's about 1,000 pages. And I think it's the greatest book ever written. And it's a, Lamrim means Steps of the Path to Buddhahood for Dummies. Buddhahood for Dummies. Okay? And you just do these things and you get to enlightenment. You don't have to think about it. Okay? So it's just a list of things that you have to do. And then you, by the end, you become enlightened. Okay? So that's called Lamrim. Who can tell me how Lamrim relates to the 5 topics and the 4 schools we had yesterday? Who wants to take a shot? How does the Geshe course relate to Lamrim? Piotr Veliki.
It relates to the Lamrim
Well,
in 2 ways. The 2 topics are connected in 2 ways. The Lamrim is a summary of the 5 important books.
yeah, 5 topics. Yeah.
5 topics, and in a way it's a summary of the most important aspects of the Geshe course. At the same time, when you do a Geshe, the Lamrim is never taught in the Geshe course specifically unless some High Lama comes and visits it and does a Lamrim, which is something like a breakout session from the normal study schedule.
Cool. Very good. Okay, so if you have time and if you're very passionate, you do the Geshe course, okay? If you have time and you're very passionate, you do the Geshe course. It's deeper, okay? It's deep, deep. If you don't have time, if you're a farmer in Tibet, then you just maybe once a month, every 2 months, you go to a day with a Lama and you do Lamrim. So Lamrim that's the relationship. Lamrim has all the basic information that's in the Geshe course, but not as detailed, which you're going to see today and tomorrow, okay? Not as detailed, but it's a good, solid summary of all of Buddhism, okay? So I took people through the Geshe course, first turning of the wheel. I did the Vajrayana course, Diamond Way course, second turning of the wheel. Third turning of the wheel is, okay, let's do the whole thing in a way that you can use it in your ACI teaching, okay? Like, if you have students who can't do the whole Geshe course, okay? If they don't have time, then do a Lamrim with them, okay? Now, trick question, for $0. They got in a bad habit of demanding money for answers, especially somebody. What would be a great short Lamrim that you could teach people? Yeah, the 3 principal paths, which is the first ACI course. Okay, got it? Why would a baby teacher start with that text in the 18 courses? Well, in case the student quits, they got the whole Lamrim in the first course. Okay? So, all right? So that's not a bad strategy. Okay? All right. So, we're doing 2 Lamrims this week. You see what I mean? In the evening, you're learning how to teach the shortest Lamrim in history. 14 verses, okay? Say Lamto, Namsum. The 3 main teachings of Buddhism. Okay? That's all. It's the shortest Lamrim there is, roughly, okay? And then in the morning, you're doing the longest Lamrim there is. One of the longest Lamrims, okay? So we're doing the Great Lamrim of Pabonka Rinpoche, all right? Who wrote the commentary for this evening's Lamrim? Pabonka Rinpoche, okay? This is the same person, okay? In the morning, you're studying his 1,000-page book, and in the evening, you're studying his 2-page book. Got it? Okay? And, you know, I was having lunch with some people. I remember, it was my old lady, Mrs. Hancock. and her boyfriend who ditched her. But anyway, she's 93. And we were like, what's your favorite book of all time? And somebody said Gone with the Wind, and I don't know. I said, Lamrim Namdal Lakchang, a gift of liberation thrust into your hands. And I think it's the greatest book ever written. I think it's the greatest book on this planet, okay? So we're going through it, what do you call it? Savoring it, okay? Savor means enjoy the taste slowly and don't rush, okay? So we're savoring this Lamrim, and it's gonna take the whole thing will take about 15 years. We're about halfway through, okay? And I promised you dessert, if you don't remember. This Lamrim, which is one of the longest in history, doesn't have a huge section on shamatha and vipassana, okay? It's not vipassana, okay? I don't know who did that. I'm always suspicious of things when they misspell the name of the leader, or like Sivananda. Anyway, the final section of the Lamrim is how to develop the meditation which sees Kongshing emptiness directly, okay? The final section of the Lamrim is always that. Pabongko Rinpoche decided not to focus on it. He didn't make it huge. Why? Jetsun Kappa already did it. Jetsun Kappa's Lamrim Chenmo has about, 300 pages on that. And so I promised you for dessert that, which would take another 8 years or something, okay? So we're here for a while. Annie's going to be an old lady by the time we finish, okay? I'm going to be, I don't know. Okay, all right? So that's our plan, that's our strategy. We're in the middle somewhere. We're just about halfway through. Okay, here we go. Text back up. I'm putting the text up just for you to follow, okay? It's a good seed for you guys, in case you want to be a translator. We have Judy, right? She's here. Where are you? Yeah, no, another one. Joy, there. She's helping run the translation team in China. We have, I don't know how many, 40? 40 translators there, okay? We have about 20 in Sedona, okay? Anyway, so it's just to put seeds in your mind, okay? But I'm going to go word for word, and I'm going to enjoy the taste. Very slow, okay? And I don't care if you're bored or you don't want to study Tibetan, because I'm putting a seed in your mind. Next life, you'll be on Joy's translation team. Okay? All right, here we go. Namdel Lekyang. He's quoting Namdel. What's Namdel? What? Which topic? Which topic? Yeah, clear thinking. Which number? 3. Okay, topic number 3. He's quoting the mother book of all clear thinking, which is by Chandakirti. The other Kirti. Okay, Dharmakirti. Okay. And it says, Sipe sele namgelwe le shen penyu mayente lenchik chepa sechiro. Okay, very famous. Now, Wheel of Life. 12 links. 2 of them are karma. Which ones? Number 2 and 10. Yeah. God, give other people a chance, man. Okay, what's the difference between 2 and 10? Okay, there's two of the 12 links are karma. You're committing karma, okay? The first one is the second link. What's the picture? Somebody's making pots, okay? Which means you're making karmic seeds. The pots are karmic seeds, okay? So in the Wheel of Life picture, the guy is making pots. It means it's karma. But it's what kind of karma? Fresh. Okay, so right now, in the last few months, I have a garden, and it's time to plant things, okay? We just planted bulbs and watermelons, okay? So when you first put the seed in the ground, That's called fresh karma. Okay, duchekile, sanskara in Sanskrit. Okay, sanskara. Then it cooks and cooks and cooks. Okay, it gets water, it gets sunlight, it gets warmth, it gets fertilizer, and then link number 10, which is a pregnant lady. The seed is reached, I don't know, August? You see? Number 2 is the seed in March, and number 10 is the seed in August. And there's been lots of rain and sunlight and fertilizer. I get this thing, okay? It's very clear in my mind, and it's hard to explain. When you put the seed in the ground, all the dudes inside are asleep. There's a whole staff, factory staff, sitting inside the seed, and they're all like sleeping, okay? Then you put water on the seed, which is actually impossible. Water touches the seed, and then they wake up. And I see this like, it's like October in the jewelry business. What's that mean? Can you turn it up? Huh? Yeah, Christmas is coming. 60% of diamonds are sold in 1 week. So in October, everyone's like, ah! Everyone's going crazy. So I see it in the seed, inside the seed. All the workers are like, we gotta get this watermelon out, you know. And this is not too loud enough, something's wrong. Yeah. They all go crazy, okay? And then number 10 in August, the seed is ready to split open. The seed is pregnant. The baby's about to come, okay? Now, this Lam Rim right here, third topic, interesting, okay? Second school, right? They are suddenly talking about what makes 2 go to 10. Okay, for a tree seed, for a watermelon seed, it's what? Sunlight, water, fertilizer, right? But what is it in your mind that makes the seed go from 2 to 10? Coffee meditation, great. For good seeds. For bad seeds. Now, listen, okay? This is deep, okay? If you plant good seeds in your mind, and you want them to grow and get pregnant and have a big baby like Katie just had, then do lots of rejoicing, okay? Before you go to bed, think about all the good things you did. And they will get fatter and fatter. That wakes up the factory. Rejoicing wakes up the factory in a good seed. Okay, got it? But what wakes up the factory in a bad seed? Word, say it nice. It's a very interesting answer. What's the opposite of coffee meditation? Yeah. Listen, the way to get a bad seed pregnant is to not understand it. Cool? It's very interesting, okay? The way to make bad seeds grow fatter and faster is just to not understand how they work. Okay, and cool? It's the opposite of rejoicing. Okay? You would think rejoicing, the opposite would be anger or something. It's not. It's just misunderstanding the seeds. Is there any misunderstanding in rejoicing? Yeah. And that's what we call dirty good karma. Dirty good karma, okay? The karma for Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia, which is dear to my heart. Okay? Is it a good karma or bad karma? I mean, it's a good karma. In my 3-year retreat, I ate a whole bucket of it one day for my birthday. It was the only ice cream I had for 3 years. I threw up. Okay, so, but is there a bad part of the ice cream? Yeah, it runs out. Okay, so that's the bad part. That's a bad seed, okay? What made the ice cream run out is that I didn't understand the ice cream, okay? Like I wanted it, but I didn't understand it. You see? If I really understood it, I would have sent half of it back to Jigme for the caretakers to enjoy. Understand? Then I'd make more. But my desire took over. Yes, Stephen. Loud.
What about misunderstanding makes the seed grow?
Oh, yeah, we'll get there. Let's talk about it. What is it about misunderstanding that makes the seed get fatter? Okay, we'll talk about it. But here, interestingly, it's Dharmakirti who says the thing about what makes the seed fat. Okay, so here we go. Sipe sele namgelwe. He's talking about link 8 and link 9, which in the rebirth process is heavy misunderstanding just before you die. Heavy misunderstanding just before you die. And it makes the seed strong enough to throw a new rebirth, okay? Which is number 11. Okay, got it? So he says, you want to stop negative seeds from growing, right? By the way, do the 4 powers stop negative seeds? Do they destroy negative seeds? No. They just put them in the freezer. And then they put a lock on it and it never opens. You can't destroy a negative seed like that. Why? There's a justice to the universe. If those who hurt people must get hurt. Those who help people must get help. You can't magically just say, oh, here, your sins are gone, good luck. You can't do that. You always get, it's like gravity. Okay, got it? Okay, sipe sele. So how, Dharmakirti says, how do you stop a bad seed? How do you shut down a bad seed? How do you get the guys in the factory to go back to sleep? Lei shen pen nu mayente. Lei shen pen means the karma will not be able to throw any results, okay? If you can shut down the factory of a bad seed. Okay, got it? Understand? Nod. Okay. No, don't nod because you're falling asleep. What? Любовь. Любовь. Что? Yeah. Does it destroy the seed, you mean? Or does it? Oh, yeah, the seed's still planted. No, it still gets planted, but weekly, not as strong. Okay, especially if you're thinking I wouldn't do it again. Okay, it's called the morning after pill. Seriously, okay? After you do something wrong, if you decide you wouldn't do it again, it pretty much kills the power. That's the guts of the 4 powers. Okay, anyway. Lenchik chepa seichiro. Very beautiful. Lenchik chekyen for $50. Words like Lenchik chekyen. Lenchik chekyen. Kien. I'll give you a clue for $25. Yeah, nice. As opposed to Nirlengigyu, okay? Material cause of the tree is the seed. Lenchik chekyen means the conditions, like the water and the fertilizer, okay? And Dharmakirti, okay, so 25 for him shopping. She's my banker this week, okay? She got all the money, honey. All right, Lenchik chepa, seichiro. Seichiro means you killed the conditions, not the seed. Okay? You killed the conditions, not the seed. Okay? He's talking about how do you kill bad seeds. And he says, look, don't go after the seed. Don't go after the seed. Go after the water. Go after the sunlight. Block. Like I have weeds in my garden. You know what I do? You have a choice. You can sit there and try to pull them out all day. It's back-breaking work. It's terrible work. My gardener refuses to do it. Okay? Or you can just put a piece of plywood over them. And they die because they don't get sun. Okay? You didn't change the seeds. you didn't take out the plant. You cut the sanchik chekyen. You cut the supporting condition, okay? So Dharmakirti is saying, do it that way, okay? Do it that way. Cut the support for the negative seed, okay? Go after the support. It's easier than trying to fight with the seed, okay? All right, Shedang, Sepane Yuna Laryang Jungchiro. If you don't do that, and you still have that sepa, the big seed's gonna grow. The factory's gonna open, okay? Now, sepa is technically the name for the 8th link, okay? They call initial desire, and then number 9, what's it? Lemba, Gupa Lemba, advanced desire, okay? So 8 is called, technically, in the Wheel of Life teaching, 8 is called beginning desire, and 9 is called advanced desire, and 8 or 9 are the sunlight for the seeds that are going to throw you into another rebirth, in suffering. Okay, got it? So, question for you. Okay, question for you. I'm in the 3rd turning of the wheel. Are you serious? Is this really what you mean to say? I should stop wanting things and my bad seeds won't open? Is that what it is, Geshe-la? Initial desire and advanced desire? Is it really number 8 and number 9 that makes number 10 open into number 11? Is it really? The answer is no. It's not. Desire is not the problem. What's the problem? It's not understanding, okay? Well, then why in the teaching on the 12 links do they have the 2 sunlights called beginning desire and advanced desire? Why they call it desire? That's part of the answer. What wheel is the teaching on the wheel? Yeah, it's the list period. He's like, oh, there's 12 links, you know. He didn't get to emptiness yet. Okay, got it? So the wheel teaching is very Abhidharma, okay? The first great presentation of the wheel is Abhidharma. Why am I talking about that? I spent 2 hours last night trying to talk about the different ideas of the different schools, okay? Who taught those schools? Buddha, okay? Are they correct? No. Only one, okay? Why did Buddha teach something that's not correct? Yeah, it pushes the student a little higher, okay? It pushes the student a little higher, okay? It's helpful, it's not a cure. Okay, got it? So now, in this Lam Rim, Pabonka Rinpoche, talking to farmers, is saying desire causes the bad seeds to open. And if you can cut that sunlight, the seeds will never open. Got it? Okay? It's an introduction to the topic of klesha. Who said that? You should wait until I offer money. Perfect answer. Okay? If you're gonna bring up kleshas, if you want to talk about kleshas, then talk about how you can kill your bad seeds if you don't have them. The factory will never open. The factory will never wake up. Okay? So he's trying to get us to the next section of the Lam Rim, which is the study of the wind that disturbed the glassy water of your mind this morning. Okay? Got it? Cool? How did we get there? Through school number 2, Dharmakirti. Okay? Which is really cool. If you study enough, you start to suspect that all these lower school guys are actually higher school. And they're just playing along with the Buddha. Okay? Sepane yena laryang chung churo. And if you have the sunlight, meaning if you don't understand the seeds, not only will it open this seed, but it itself will plant new seeds. Okay? It's a nasty. It's almost like a self-perpetuating wheel. Okay? You misunderstand the seed, it opens, And when you misunderstand it, you plant new seeds to open later. Okay, got it? It's like trying to talk to your wife. Okay. Right, Pasha? No, he doesn't have this problem. Okay. Then, therefore, the very root, ni, right? The very root that spins this wheel, korwa, is nyomon. Kleshas, ni. That and nothing else. Ni means that and nothing else, okay? So we gotta study the bad parts of our mind. All week long, we gotta try to bring up, in the peaceful mind, bring up crap on purpose, okay? It's gonna be a depressing week. Okay, got it? All right, here we go. He said just now, the whole trigger that starts the wheel of life is kleshas. We got to talk about it, okay? We got to talk about it. Okay, I didn't forget your question, Stephen. I'm still thinking about it. Okay, now, $100. I'm going to run out of money really soon. Someone who knows Tibetan, a few people here, tell me what this next paragraph is for $100. I just want one word. It's so easy. It's like $10 a letter. Time's up. Let's read it together. Say Nyomo, Shepa, Rang, Nam, Kemataktu, Rang Topki, Rang Yunden, Ki Kansak, Semgyu, Mashi, Shing, Matulwar, Chepe, Chelechen, Nyomon Kitseni. Definition of klesha. I gave it to you this morning, and this is the cheapest $100 you ever could have got. Definition of klesha. Definition of negative thought. Okay, here it is. You got it this morning. Okay, Rangyu Dengi Ganzaki Semgyu Mashiro Chepe Semjung Semba Nyomon Gitseni. Very famous. Okay, he made it a little lamrimi. You know, he made it easier. Okay, here we go. Ready? Nyomon Shepa. Okay, this thing we call klesha. Rang nam ke mataktu. This nam, by the way, word means when. When. Yeah, it's very unusual. Okay? Just after you get one, okay? Just after it enters your mind, this wind, okay? Rang ke mataktu. Rang nam ke mataktu. Just after it comes in your mind. Rang topki. Yeah. By its own power. Nobody else has to do anything. Okay? Automatically. What happens? Rangyu Dengi Kangsak, the person who has it in their mind. Semgyu, their mind. Mashi. Yeah, ashanti. No shanti. Okay? Their mind gets stirred up. The wind ruins your peace of mind. Like you were having a good day until I told you to think about your old boyfriend. Right? Then you got off balance, okay? That off balance is very crucial in Buddhist practice, okay? DCI level 10, Taiwan, 1 month ago. Stanley. Yeah, it's the fertilizer for anger, okay? Your mind just gets off balance. See, you were having a good day and then I mentioned the old boyfriend and you're like, you were like this, and then you went, and you kind of get a little off balance. That's the breeding ground. That's the feeding place for klesha. Kleshas love it when you get off balance, okay? So really, we want to study how to not get off balance. And then the klesha can't come anyway, okay? There's no food in the mind. Okay, got it? Here we go. Mashishing. He adds something here. Madhul. Yeah. the mind starts acting crazy, like a crazy horse, okay? Matul. Sanskrit? No Vinaya. No Vinaya. Here's the word, okay? It means when you think about the ex-boyfriend, two things happen. Number one, choppy water. Number two, you start acting crazy. You will, 5 minutes after you think about your old boyfriend, you're more likely to say something bad to another person. Okay? It makes you wild horsey. It makes the mind wild horse. Okay? Got it? Shishin duor chepi chele chen. That's the function of a klesha. We define klesha by its function. Two functions. Number one, it throws you off balance. Okay? Number two, you start acting crazy. Okay? You start acting matul, like a wild horse. Okay? Got it? Then you're going to have all kinds of problems. Okay? If we follow Dharma Kirti, what would Dharma Kirti add here? Yeah, it's going to feed your negative seeds. It's going to feed, it's going to act as sunlight and water for your negative seeds. If Dharma Kirti had written this definition, he would have added, it feeds your negative seeds. It helps them to grow. It's the fertilizer. Okay? Now, don't go after the seed. Do what? Cut the fertilizer. Cut the sunlight. Okay? Put a board over the weeds. They'll die. They don't get sun. They need, that's their food. Okay? Got it? So this whole week, we're going to study about how to starve your kleshas, how to stop your kleshas and starve your seeds. Got it? Okay, cool. It's not just that you become a happier person. It's that all your bad seeds are choked off. They don't have food. They don't have the food they need. Mr. Steven, don't what? Yeah, they are. They're saying this. By the way, the klesha is sem, mind, consciousness. And the seed is potential. It's not mental. So that's a trick you learn in DCI. How do you say it in DCI? Do you remember? A seed, when I ask you, is a seed mental? What's the answer? But what's the full answer? Yeah, good. It lives in the mind, but it doesn't think. It's not aware. Therefore, it's not mind. It's not made of mind. It lives in the mind as a potential. Technically, a changing thing which is neither physical or mental. It's a potential. It's a thing. But it's not mind itself because it doesn't think. It's not aware. Got it? If something is mind, it must suck in objects. It must be aware of objects. But seeds are not. Seeds are like sleepy little guys waiting to wake up. They are not mind, but they live in the mind. Okay, got it? All right, that's the answer to your question. But it's a cool question, and it's a cool answer. All right, at this point, we go to your meditation book, okay? You have a special meditation book. If you don't have a meditation book, they're over here in the box. Am I right? Okay, this is a little book of your meditations for the week, okay? Guess what the first one is? What's the picture? It should be some water stirred up, isn't it? Okay, yeah, not glassy water. Okay, not glassy water, okay? And we did that meditation this morning. So, in the afternoon, after yoga, after a heavy lunch, you're going to go home and sleep. After your nap, you might want to do this meditation again, okay? Because you're supposed to be on retreat, okay? And even people in retreat take naps, okay? Somebody told me, I'm reading a book about getting married, and they say, don't expect life to be different after you get married than before you get married. There's nothing special about a half-hour ceremony that's suddenly going to change both of you. You see what I mean? Why did I say that? Oh, Just because you're in retreat doesn't mean you can't take naps. Okay? The fact that you're in retreat is not going to change your daily habits. Okay? So go with the flow. Do a good yoga, overeat, crash, then go to your meditation book. Okay? Before the evening class. Okay? Or if you're in the teacher training, good luck. Okay. Do your homework. Okay. And that idiom, which we call, what is it? Idea image. We made a new word. Idiom. Say idiom. Idea image. Okay. We're studying the Lamrim through idea images. And this is one. It's easier to remember. It's like Chinese characters are easier to remember because they, in ancient times, the turtle characters, turtle shell characters, they looked a little bit like the thing they're supposed to represent, okay? So it's more powerful in the subconscious, okay? All right, which is why Chinese are so smart. Okay, next paragraph. Deyang ngosin goki ngoma sena dang ngoma simba. Ngosin. Word for, I don't know, $30? Damn, $30 more. I'm going to make you stop talking after a while. Deyang ngosin. What do you have to ngosin? Guess. Yeah, you got to be able to recognize when the water's getting choppy. That's the name of the game. Okay? Huh. Oh, Gisela, what? Huh, my water's getting choppy right now. Okay? If you don't know what it looks like, you can't fight it. Okay? You gotta meditate this first meditation. We'll do it again tomorrow. Okay? You gotta know what it feels like when the water goes from glassy to choppy. Because that's when you gotta do something. Okay? Don't wait until you're angry. Okay? When you feel the mind a little bit uncomfortable, stop. You know? Go sit down. You know? Have some green drink. Calm yourself down. Don't let it get worse. You see what I mean? You gotta be able to recognize the baby stages of a klesha. And it's off balance. Okay? Study your own mind. It's the purpose of meditation. Get to recognize what it feels like when your mind goes from smooth to a little bit off balance. And the way you do that this week during your meditation, think of somebody who's a problem nowadays in your life. Do it quick because next week is going to be somebody else. Okay? All right? Get used to what it feels like when you start thinking about someone you don't like. Get used to ngusin. Recognize what it feels like. It feels, how does it feel? How would you say it? How would you say it? Huh? Not quiet. What's another one? How do you feel when you start thinking about someone you don't like? Agitate. What? Yeah, I would say that also. What do you say in Spanish? Incomodo? Incómodo. Yeah, you start feeling like, you know, and that's just before you say something or just before you get, you know, you got like, I don't know. Okay, watch my face. That's what it is. Okay, got it? So you got to learn to recognize the thought behind the face. There's a thought behind the face. You know? And you got to be super sensitive to that, okay? Any fool knows when they're angry. Okay? That's not, you don't have to be a Buddhist. Okay? I'm angry, yeah. A Buddhist can detect the warning signs of anger. I'm going to get angry in 3 minutes if I don't deal with this. I start to feel, that guy, I can't believe what he said the other day. He also said, okay, you got to be able to ngusin, you know. Oh, I'm getting a klesha. I'm going to have a klesha in 2 minutes, okay? That's Buddhist practice, okay? That's Buddhism, okay? I'm going to have a klesha in 2 minutes. I better do something, okay? Have a nice coffee or something. Change the mood, do something. I'll tell you a really cool trick. If you're in a room and you're having a problem with somebody and it's getting intense, okay? Drop a cup on purpose. Full cup of green drink. Push! Glass everywhere. Green drink everywhere. It takes 20 minutes to clean it up. Everybody forgets about their klesha. Try it. It's really fun. Okay. Definitely, or take your pants off. Or something. I'm telling you, everyone forgets what the argument was. They're like, what? Okay, now, whichever one is more comfortable. This could get weird. Okay. All right. Nguma simbar sujekita pembishin. Otherwise, you are like an archer who's trying to shoot a target, but doesn't know what's the target. Okay? And it comes back to our blind lady from yesterday. If you can't see the target, how are you going to hit it? Okay? If you don't know what it looks like when a klesha is starting, how are you going to stop it? Okay? You got to get in touch with what it feels like just 5 minutes before you get angry. Okay? You got to get in touch with your own mind and be able to ring the smoke alarm, shishin, when you start to get upset. Okay? You get off balance. You're not upset yet. You're just like someone says, you're an idiot, and you're like, what? Like just before you understand the word, you start to feel uncomfortable. That's where we're going to shoot the arrow. Then, don't wait till he's too big to kill. You can't stop anger in the middle of anger. Forget it. Go take a walk. Get away from the person. We're going to study lower methods of removing kleshas. One of them is avoid the person. Arrange your life so you never meet them. Okay? But if you don't know what they look like, you can't hit the... Okay? You got to be able... To shoot an arrow, you have to know what the target looks like. Okay? Got it? Okay. Pembashin. So I'm going to teach you how to recognize that you're getting a klesha. Okay? He's going to introduce us to the whole study of kleshas. So it's a depressing week. I'm sorry. There's nothing nice about the whole week. Okay? We're going to study kleshas. We're going to become klesha masters. You already were, but now you're going to know why. Okay? We're klesha master. Okay? And there's 2 divisions to kleshas. Now, this is a study of 26 kleshas. 6 major, 20 secondary. 6 main kleshas that everybody has, and 20 kleshas that you have, a couple times a week. 6 that you have 1,000 times every day, 20 that you have a couple times every week. Okay, they're called the primary negative emotions and the secondary negative emotions. Now, you are so lucky that 2 of our translators have translated this section, one from the Abhidharma and one from the Mind Only. So Word translated it in his Mind Only text, and Stanley translated it in his Abhidharma text. So I asked Stanley if his permission to use his translation. He said yes. So we'll give it to you tomorrow or the next day. Okay, it's about 13 pages of negativities. Okay, can you send Tim yours? Yours is more of a chart. So send him the chart, okay? And you can add that to, where's Tim? You can add it to Stanley's thing, okay? Okay, cool. Because Pabonka Rinpoche doesn't give you the 20. Why? His 1,000-page book would become 2,000 pages, okay? He had to cut it. He was not teaching geshes. He was teaching farmers. And they cut it, okay? But you are Geshes. You are baby Geshes. So we're going to go through his 6 main kleshas with him. But then we're going to go to the 20 kleshas from Stanley and Word, who have so kindly translated. The strategy of our translation team is that we have one translator on each grade school and sub-school. So we're working on 18 texts at the same time, but from every different school. Okay, cool? Cool, man? Okay, here we go. So thank the translators, if you see them. And the next picture in your meditation book is really learning at least the 6. Learn their names, learn what they look like, so you can shoot them. Okay, get to know the crap in your own mind, okay? Probably you're familiar with 3 of them. And probably 3 of them are running around and you don't really notice it, okay? So the goal, today and tomorrow, learn the main 6 and find them in your own mind. That's meditation. That's real meditation. Oh, Geshe-la, I wanted to do some empty-minutes meditation. Yeah, that's fine. But do this one first, okay? Learn to recognize your own kleshas, because you've been living with them for about 1 billion lifetimes. They were running around in your mind, and you didn't even notice it, okay? But your friends did. Okay? Right? Okay. So when you do we'll do meditation number 2 after we learn the 6, okay? And we'll go on excuse me, but we'll go on a crap trip. We'll try to locate these 6 in your own mind, okay? They're there. You haven't met some of them. You didn't recognize them. Listen, okay? Okay, here we go. 赞恩等念念no, 赞恩等念念no. Back to the text. 赞恩等念念. Say 赞恩念念. 赞恩念念. 赞恩 Stanley. 赞恩 Zawa Nyomong. Yeah, root kleshas. Okay, 6, the big 6. Then Nyenyen means the 20, yeah, like assistant kleshas, okay? 6 main ones that we have many times every day. 20 that we have from time to time, okay? Cool? All right. Tambola, and he cheats us, by the way. He says, I'm going to make 2 presentations here. Number 1, the 6 main negative emotions. And secondly, I'll give you the 20 secondary emotions. But if you study this text, you can check the Chinese translation. He left out the 20. He promises them here. He says, first, I'll give you this. Second, and then he never does the 20. Okay? So we're taking it from Stanley and Word. Okay. All right. Say Zile. He's quoting Zu, which in Sanskrit is Kosha, the treasure house, which means the Abhidharma. Okay, Vasubandhu. First one I taught you yesterday. First grade book. Okay, he's going to the first grade book, which is really the mother book. Okay, of all basic Buddhist information. Okay, which is why Stanley won't finish until 2042, 2046, 6. Yeah, I will be 96. Something like that. Oh, money pay me. Okay, all right. Okay, here's the verse from the Abhidharma. I think it's the 5th chapter. Sipet sawa tragedu dechatation control dangagya marik tawa dan tetsam yinte. Here's the presentation from the Abhidharma on the 6 main negative emotions. Okay, Sipet sawa. These are the root of Sipe Korlo, Bhava Chakra, the wheel of life. Sipetsawa. Truk, and there's 6 of them. Then he says Chage. This is an Abhidharma word for Nyomo. This is a special Abhidharma word for Klesha. Okay? It's a different word. Okay? Chage. $50. 2 pieces of this word. It's an. I'll give you a clue. It's. Yeah, you already got it. Just slow down. Don't answer the question until I ask it. We're talking about an alternate name for negative emotion. It's an alternate name for klesha, and it's the name that the Abhidharma uses. And that's why our translation team splits up by school. Because the word for negative emotion in Abhidharma is different than the word for negative emotion in the middle way school. And so we specialize our translators. Some translators are specializing in Abhidharma, that's Stanley. Some people specializing in mind only, that's word. Some people specializing in Vinaya, which is Xiaoping. Okay? So cha means subtle. Ge means everywhere. The word for klesha in the Abhidharma school is everywhere. The subtle everywhere. The subtle everywhere. What's it mean? You got them all, they're everywhere in your mind. Your mind is infected. The cancer has metastasized. It's spread all through your mind. Ge. And it's cha. It's hard to detect sometimes. It's hard to detect. You have cancer and you don't know. Okay? The doctors couldn't find it yet. Okay? And for Abhidharma, for Vasubandhu, this is the nature of a negative emotion. They have already infected your whole mind. Ge. And they are chamo. They are subtle. They're hard to detect. You can have a klesha going on all day and you think you're having a good day. Okay? Actually, just have a low-level desire for coffee all day. Okay, so he says the root of samsara, the root of suffering, is these 6 big kleshas. Subtle everywheres. Okay? Here they are. Here's the list, okay? Get to know them. You know them already, but you don't know them. You don't recognize them, okay? Dechak, say dechak. Desire. Number 1, okay? Control. Anger. Number 2, okay? Ngagya. Give me the pieces of it, anybody except word. Yeah. Nga means me. Gyal means what? Gyalpo. I'm a king. We had a great boxer in my generation called Muhammad Ali. And he would always say, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest, you know. And he was. And anyway, the word for pride in Buddhism is I'm the greatest. Okay? Ngagya. I'm the king. Okay? That's number 3. Okay, number 4. Marikpa. Misunderstanding. Give that man $100. I don't know if he got, yeah, he did. 50 there. But Venerable Phil gets 100 because he didn't say ignorance. Okay? Which is how everybody translates that word. It's wrong. Okay? Ignorance means not knowing. And the Abhidharma specifically says that's not what causes the problem. It's misunderstanding. It's misknowing. It's not being aware. It's misbeing aware. Okay, got it? It's not that you didn't see your friend. It's that you kissed the wrong guy. Understand? Got it? The big difference, right? Don't kiss anybody or kiss the wrong guy. We're talking about kissing the wrong guy. That would cause trouble. Try it, Xiaoping. Let's see. Okay, that's Marikpa. Misunderstanding. Okay, not ignorance. I don't know who made ignorance. Okay, forget that. Okay, Tawa. Number 5. Huh? Yeah, how you see the world. How you see the world. Worldview. Okay, how do you see the world? Okay, and that's one of the main mistakes. Now, you should be asking me a question. Yeah, good. Why you make 2 different ones, Geshe-la? I mean, Vasubandhu. Why you say number 4 is misunderstanding, and then you say number 5 is how you view the world. Because isn't it the same thing? It's not. We're going to get to it. Okay? But it's a good question. If the question came up in your mind, you are not asleep. Okay. Number 6. Tetsom. Doubt. And when you teach your students about the Buddhist concept of doubt, you always have to say a certain kind of doubt. God bless you. Yeah, you should wait till I offer money. Okay, yeah. It's not a klesha to question the teacher and the teaching. It's not a klesha to question the teacher and to question the teaching. That's healthy. That's healthy. Geshe-la, I don't understand the difference between 4 and 5. I mean, first you say misunderstanding, and then you say how you view the world. I don't get it. Why 2 different ones? That's a doubt, right? That's number 6. But it's not, okay? Why? It's not a klesha. Why? It's healthy, okay? If a student asks, why did you repeat number 4 and number 5, it means they're still awake. And that's a good thing. Got it? Okay. If they don't ask me why you repeated misunderstanding twice, it means they're asleep. Or, I mean, on some level. Okay, got it? So Tetsom can be a great thing, okay? And we're going to study doubt. Chikitsa? Vichikitsa something. You can check. We're going to study what's a good doubt and what's a bad doubt, okay? What's the klesha of doubt and what's the healthy doubt, okay? Because if you don't doubt, you're not a debater and you don't belong in a Tsongkhapa room. Okay? Got it? Which implies that you should encourage doubt as a teacher. Okay? When you become a teacher, ACI teacher, and you're teaching people, and you got some nudnik, okay, this is a Jewish word, irritating student who keeps asking questions, a poorly trained teacher will get offended and try to shut them down. Don't ask so many questions, Stephen. I don't understand that one yet. Okay, so a poorly trained teacher will avoid questions. They'll try to get people not to talk, not to ask questions. Okay? A well-trained teacher is like, cool, Stephen, you're still thinking. You're in the class, you're thinking. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I don't quite have an answer yet. Got it? About why there's misunderstanding Stephen. Okay? I'm working on it. This part's working on it. Okay? Got it? So the subject of doubt, to study doubt, is a cool thing. Okay? What's a good doubt and what's a bad doubt? What's the one here? It's a bad doubt. It's some kind of doubt that's hurting you. Okay? Got it? What it is, by the way, I'll just tell you in advance in case we all die this afternoon. It's being a donkey. How do you say Paruski donkey? I don't know. Asyo? Liu. Okay. It's being a donkey. It means the teacher told you clearly it was correct. Everything was fine. And you're like, still, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that, you know. Yeah, I understand the thing about meditating 1 minute more every week, but, you know, I don't want to. I don't know if it's going to work. That's bad doubt. Okay, got it? All right. Bad doubt is lazy. We're going to go for one more minute. I'm going to give you it's not a pee-pee break. It's a walk around and stretch break. You don't have to do the green in the pen. But you do have to stretch, okay? You need it. These classes in the morning are really long. Why are they so long? The morning is the best time to think. I'm taking your thinking time. Then you go sleep in the afternoon. I don't care. Okay. Tsanin Dugle, Dambo Derchadni. Let's go on a trip to the subject of desire. First of the 6. Okay. Let's go on a trip. Let's explore desire. What is desire? Okay. Ready? You yi do onwa northern luz se kom sok towana. When you see attractive things, okay? When you see attractive things like money, like $100 for answering your question, or Lu, oh, I have such a beautiful, strong yoga body, woo, okay? Or say, yeah, oh, look at that, sweet roll. Kom. Here it means beverage, okay? Oh, look, a nice cappuccino, okay? Food and drink, etc. 10,000 other things. Towana, when you see them, de la migne, when you focus on them, de na mindawa de. You don't want to del. You never want to lose it. You don't want to lose it, okay? This is my coffee. This is my $100 question, answer. Okay? This is my yoga body. Okay? I don't want to lose it, okay? Mindawa de means I don't want to lose it. Semba, that thought is desire, okay? Now, crucial question. If you answer it, I'll give you a break. If you don't, you have to keep going. If you don't answer it, I'll answer it, because I need a break. Okay. Higher school or lower school?
Lower.
Why?
Because it's not wrong to desire.
$100. That one, okay? Say it again.
It's not wrong to desire things.
Yeah. It's not wrong to want nice things. It's not Buddhism to tell people, don't have nice cappuccinos. Then you're a Buddhist. Don't want to have a healthy body, yoga body. Then you're a Buddhist, okay? Don't ever enjoy money and never buy a new car. Don't ever buy anything you enjoy. Okay? That's Buddhism. Higher school or lower school? Low. Okay? Really low school. You think those Buddhas in those Buddha paradises are avoiding cappuccinos? Come on, they got this big smile on their face, The paintings are always, look at this paradise. This is fruits. These are all special meaning. The mirror represents all beautiful things you could ever see, okay? It's in the Buddha paradise, okay? Is that desire? If it is, then then this is a wheel of life painting. Understand? Okay? If wanting things is wrong, then you shouldn't want Buddhahood. You shouldn't want to help all the people in the universe. You shouldn't look at the stars, ever. Okay? So, Haso's answer is, he doesn't answer as often as Word, but his answers are better. Just kidding. Okay? Lower school. Definitely lower school. Okay? What do you have to add to make it higher school?
In the wrong way.
Yeah, in a wrong way. Misunderstanding. Is it wrong to want a new Tesla Model X car? No. It's not. If everyone could have one, that's okay. Or do you want a world without any beautiful things? Is the goal of a bodhisattva to make sure everybody has nothing equally? You see, is that what Buddhism is? You see what I mean? Or do you want everyone to have a Model X Tesla and there's enough highways and they're all running on 100% solar. Okay, got it? That's what bodhisattva. Okay, got it? So be careful when he's teaching a lower definition of desire. Okay, desire. Oftentimes in ACI, in DCI, in our translations, we add the word ignorant desire. Okay, just because misunderstanding desire is kind of weird. Okay. Describe ignorant desire with a cappuccino. Somebody. For $0. You had the last one. Yeah. What? You would take the last one and drink all of it. That's all. Okay. What's intelligent desire? Yeah. Good. If I had more money, I would give you, I promise. Okay. Sharing is intelligent desire. Okay, intelligent desire. There's nothing wrong with intelligent desire. Okay, share. I like cappuccino. I like this so much. I'm gonna give it the hustle. What? Are you crazy? No, you're crazy. You don't understand where cappuccinos come from. Okay, I love cappuccinos so much. I'm gonna make sure everyone in the room has one. Or, I like suffering so much. I'm gonna make sure we have green drinks. Okay, we're gonna take a break there. Okay, take a 10-minute break. Come back by 10:20. How's that? 10:20, please. Okay, and go stretch. You don't have to do the green. Okay, we're gonna start. We have about another half hour. It's the longest half hour. Because you're tired. So be tough, okay? Be a little tough, okay? I'll be tough too. And we're going to keep going on the on this Lamrim. Tomorrow, if I have time to get it ready, we'll start the review we've been doing of the 8 years that we did so far. So we're doing about a half hour every day review of the past 8 years. So if there were retreats that you didn't come to, it's a chance to get some of the past 8 years. Okay. All right. Pernan nyomong shen re la dul shupatar yung la yang. Okay. So I have an old lady that I take care of, and I take her, once a month, I take her to dinner and a movie. And I took her to the ballet last Sunday. And then we went for dinner. And let's say she had spaghetti. Okay, so there's two parts to spaghetti. There's the noodles and there's the sauce, right? And she always wears white clothes when we go out. I don't know why. And I don't know, when you get to be 93, you don't notice if things fall off your fork or not. You know, like she'll drop everything and then she'll say, you know, did I eat that already or not? So there's a difference between spaghetti and tomato sauce. You see, the noodles, if you drop them on your white pants after the ballet, it's not such a big deal. You just take it off, right? And it doesn't leave much of a stain, okay? But if the spaghetti sauce drops on your white pants, it makes a stain. And if they used a lot of olive oil, it starts to spread. Okay, so by the time we got home, she looked like she'd been in a war or something. And she's all red. And I don't say anything, I just wash her clothes, you know. So, Perna Nyomong Shen, other kinds of kleshas, Rela Dul Shupatar, are like some dust on your pants, you know. And you can just go like this, right? You can just shake it off. Like the spaghetti noodle, without the sauce, okay? Yung La, Difficult Tibetan here. You got it? Yungla, easy to throw off. Easy to get off. Okay? Dirchagni, but desire. But desire. Yula Shenching Chakpa, it wants. It's attached. And Rela Numshupa, and it's like the spaghetti sauce with lots of olive oil. And Numki Jecher Kyap, and it will start to spread. Okay? If you don't clean it off right away, it'll start to, the stain will get wider and wider. Okay? So desire is like that. Yung Kawashin, it has two qualities. If you think about it, number one, the nature of not sharing is that it gets worse. People who don't want to share today, they don't want to share more tomorrow. You see, it gets bigger and bigger. So first you don't want to share your cappuccino. Then you don't want to share your car. And then you don't want to share your money. And then you don't want to share your time. And it gets worse and worse, okay? It's like the olive oil. It tends to spread, okay? The habit of not sharing tends to increase, okay? It's its nature of desire. It's different from other kleshas. And Yungkawa, very difficult to get out of the human mind, okay? Very difficult to extract it from the human mind. There's a big subject in Words Mind Only text, extremely interesting, big subject. You want to explain it? You got a microphone? For $0. He's going to explain. I want you to explain the brain operation thing. Okay. 5 minutes or 10, I don't care. I'll take a break. You give a nice little lecture. Earn your keep. Okay. Go.
I'll speak slowly for the translators. So just 2 minutes of background to catch everybody up. So last night we went over the different schools of Buddhism, and there's two big divisions, right? Hinayana and Mahayana. So as far as view is concerned, the lowest school in the Mahayana is called, everybody say, Samsampa. Samsampa means mind only, or just the mind only school, and that is the school of Buddhism that my text currently is in. And my text is called Difficult Points in the Mind Only School. And it's a book written by Jason Kappa about a book written by Jason Kappa, and then commented on by our author. And so this word up here, it says kawa, D-K-A, apostrophe D-A, is kawa. It means difficult or hard. Okay, so Mind Only School has 8 consciousnesses. All the other schools have 6 consciousness. Somebody in Chinese, they go like the I, right? Yin, ear, R, B, E, right? So those are the 6, and that's very famous in China, and India, and Tibet. But in the Mind Only School, they add 2 extra consciousnesses. Say Kunshi and Myun E. Yes. So the Myun is the same Myun in Myung Mon, which is Klesha, which is the thing that this whole retreat is about for the long run. And so in the Mind Only School, they have 2 extra consciousnesses for where the seeds are kept, Kun Shi. So Kun means all, and Shi means like foundation, but it more means like storehouse or where things are held. Geshe says refrigerator. It's refrigerator consciousness. And they have Myun E, or the place where everything with your problems, your mental problems, all your kleshas, which which means no more mental afflictions, no more kleshas. If you have these two parts of your mind, which are intrinsic or to having those problems, okay? That's the look on my face when I'm in class. I'm like, it's difficult. The book is literally called Difficult Points. So I think Geshe might have thought that was like a poetic title, but it's literal. It's like a really hard book in an already really hard school. Because remember, which turning of the wheel is the mind-only school? Okay. So Lord Buddha went over all the lists, and then he went over emptiness, which like blew everyone's minds, still blowing minds. And then he made all these clarifications, right? Distinctions. But why did he have to make those distinctions, Hasso?
The people were confused,
Right,
and it's helpful for some people to.
right. So is the mind-only school completely correct? No. So Lord Buddha had to like budget. He had to like, well, some things are empty, some things aren't, some things are like coming through your mind, other things are just the way they are, and like that. So it gets really technical, and difficult. And then on top of that, he added these two consciousnesses to explain what happens to your seeds when you do something and how you have the problems in your mind that you do, which is one of the main things Buddhism is about, right? How to reach nirvana, how to conquer all your mental afflictions. Okay? Got it? Kinda? Just not. Okay.
I'd like to say when, are you done?
No.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So that's the preamble. So that takes us to if these things which are supposed to be part of your mind, your nyungi and your kunshi, are supposedly like just as part of your mind, much as your mind is your eyes and your ability to think, your eat, right? Then when you reach nirvana, when you get rid of those, do you have to completely destroy your mind because those things are like part of it? Or is it possible just to extract those problems from your mind like a surgeon would extract a tumor from a cancer patient while leaving the healthy tissue? Okay? And so then the discussion is, once you become an arhat in a lower school or a bodhisattva on the 8th level, which is an arhat in the higher school, what happens to your mind? And is it possible to, do you just destroy yourself, like lobotomy, like we call it, like in the West, like take out your mind? Or is it possible that you just take that out and continue on without the problem?
What's the answer in the Abhidharma school? When you reach nirvana, what happens to your mind?
Well, okay, in the Abhidharma school, supposedly, there's the Vana with remainder and the Vana without remainder.
Yeah.
So in the Abhidharma school, supposedly, you disappear completely.
Yeah, good. When you cut out the kleshas, you disappear. That's nirvana, Abhidharma.
And in the higher school,
In other words, when the surgeon cuts out the tumor, they cut out the brain also.
yeah, and then in the higher school, supposedly, Nirvana without remainder is when you see emptiness directly, and you're not able to see anything except emptiness. But then after you come out of the perception of emptiness, then you have remainder, meaning you still have afflictions, you still have the remaining afflictions, and you still have a body and everything like that.
I think the thing in your text that I learned the most from is very interesting. See, they say you have a 7th and an 8th part of your mind. Only mind-only school says that. You have your 6 senses and your awareness of your 6 senses, including your thinking, okay? But mind-only school says you have number 7 and you have an 8. 7 is all your kleshas, all the bag of kleshas in your mind. And then number 8 is the refrigerator where you keep all your seeds. Alaya Vijnana, okay? Storehouse, the refrigerator where all your seeds stay. Why does mind-only school say that when your husband yells at you, he's not outside?
Because all perception in mind only school is actually your yunyi misperceiving the seeds which are actually just the ripened part of your kunshi as outer things, when in fact they are just seeds in your mind which ripen as the experience and the experiencer and the Wangpo's experience.
Yeah, so if we go deeper than the lamrim, okay? If we go deeper than the lamrim, the reason you get a klesha is that you look at the refrigerator and you don't understand it. Maybe that answers your question. Okay? Mind-only school. Okay, I'll say it again. They have two extra parts of your mind, we call number 7 and number 8, that the other schools don't talk about. Okay? Number 7 is all your negative emotions, all your kleshas. Number 8 is the refrigerator where your seeds are stored. And when they open, okay? When did you plant the seed for your husband yelling? When you yelled at your kids last week. You put a seed in the refrigerator when you yelled at your kids last week. How?
By seeing yourself.
Good. By being aware of yourself. By hearing your own bad words. Okay? It's not that God wrote down, oh, you get a seed, you yelled at your kids. It's not like that. What plants a seed is you hear your own talk. Okay? And that plants a seed in your mind. Okay? A seed was put in the refrigerator, consciousness number 8 last week. And then this week, the seed opened. Where? In the refrigerator. Okay? Higher school says the seed opened outside. Okay? Mind-only school says the seed opened in your own mind. Your husband is yelling in your own mind. You are watching a video in your own mind. Got it? But the thing that got me most excited about your text was that 7 is misunderstanding 8. And maybe that helps with your question, Stephen. 7 is misunderstanding 8. The kleshas are only possible if you misunderstand where your husband is. In the refrigerator. And that's the whole process of liberation and samsara in the mind-only school. It's the interaction between 7 and 8. 7 is looking at the seeds open in 8 and thinks the husband is out in the kitchen and that he decided to yell at you. Got it? This is mind-only version of nirvana. And it's cool. It's not bad. I'll say it again. You have a bag of negative emotions in your mind. That's called nyunyi, bag of negative emotion mind. And then you got kunshi, alaya vijnana, foundation consciousness, the refrigerator where all the seeds live, okay? Last week, you yelled at your kids. By hearing yourself yell, you put an imprint in the refrigerator, okay? Got it? So in the mind-only school, what's keeping you out of nirvana and which causes you to have anger is that number 7 doesn't understand number 8. Got it? Number 7 looks at the video in your own mind and thinks the husband decided to yell at you. Got it? Now, what's the function of Buddhist practice in the mind-only school? Somebody tell me. Using 7 and 8. What does the mind-only school want you to do in Buddhist practice? Huh? Yeah, but how do you destroy 7? Yeah, you just see what the hell's going on in the 8. Oh, the husband's not out there. My husband didn't come from the bathroom 10 minutes before I came from work and decided to yell at me. That's all false. That's maya. That's illusion. Got it? He didn't come out of the bedroom to the kitchen to yell at me because he decided to yell at me. That's not what's happening. What's really happening inside number 8, a seed from yelling at the kids last week is opening into a video in my own mind. And who put it there? I did. If you understand you put it there, can number 7 get upset? No. And that's ignorance. That's misunderstanding in the mind-only school. Got it? Ignorance, misunderstanding in the mind-only school is number 7 can only get mad if number 7 doesn't understand number 8. Got it? And what's for $300? I was going to say 1,000, but I'm losing. I don't have that much. Word. You ready? I know you're interested. What was the question? That would be convenient to forget the question. And yeah, I remember the question. What's going on when what's the root or the seed behind number 7 not understanding the husband in number 8? What's a question someone's going to ask you? And it's that's why it's $300. Okay, I'll say it again. Geshe-la says, in the mind-only school, anger lives in number 7. Upset lives in number 7. Off-balance water lives in number 7. Okay? Number 7 is focused on a seed opening in number 8 as a husband yelling in the kitchen. Okay, got it? Easy question. It's not the $300 question. Easy question. Is the husband yelling in the kitchen? No. He's yelling inside of number 8. Okay? Now, my question to Word for $300. Dun, da, da, da. And I remember it. Why does 7 think number 8 is outside?
Because
Inside. Outside.
because number 7 has a core of mental afflictions that come with it, and one of those is thinking that number 8 is in fact itself.
Nah. No, okay. First of all, you lost the $300, okay? I just want to make that clear first. And I'll make the easier question, which doesn't deserve $300. Why, according to the mind-only school, does it feel like what's inside is outside? Why, according to the mind-only school, which is one of the big questions of the mind-only school, what created misunderstanding? Why does it feel like the husband's over there when he's really in your own mind? Nice. She should get $300. Say it again. You're close. The countless lifetimes of the word outside. Ngunju ki bakchak. Ngunju ki bakchak. Say ngunju ki bakchak. Where did I teach you that? I never taught you that. Oh, pure gold. Yeah, okay. There's a special seed in the mind-only school that for countless lifetimes you have talked to your friends about your husband over there. And because of that talking for countless lifetimes, you have a seed in your mind that makes you feel the husband is over there when he's really just in your own mind. Got it? And that's the mind-only school. Oh, Stephen, give me something I can answer.
When they talk about the Grinchi, are they talking about like this entire experience as the Grinchi, or are they talking about like there actually is a body and then what we experience is only in our mind, but it seems like it's outside?
Second. The latter. Yeah. Cool? Got it? It's a very sophisticated system, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If you really understand the mind-only school, it's pretty cool. Now, why are we talking about that? We were on the subject of white pants and spaghetti. We were on the subject of why she wears white pants. I have no idea. Yungkawa. That oil stain has two qualities. What are they? Number one, it tends to spread. Once you refuse to share a cup of coffee, you will refuse to share a meal. You will refuse to give people rides in your car. You will not let people stay in your house. And then you will not, the oil of desire not sharing tends to spread. Okay, what was the second quality? Hard to get out, you know, really hard to get out. You know, you should see her white pants. They kind of look like panther pants now. Like I wash them, but still there's some stays, right? A little bit of stain stays. I'm thinking to just dye them with black spots, like tiger spots. They look cool, right? Hard to get out, and that's why we went to words text. Why? Yeah, when you cut that tumor out, do you cut the brain out? Can you operate on a human being and take out consciousness number 7 and not kill the human being? Is it possible to clean the mind? Is it possible to get spaghetti olive oil out of white pants completely? Or do you have to burn the pants? That's the question, okay? Got it? Okay, that's why we went off on the mind-only schools. Mr. Venerable Phil has a question. Loud. By the way, excuse me, the mind-only school says you must, the Abhidharma school says you must burn the pants. You must burn the pants, okay? No other way. There won't be a Michael after Nirvana, okay? Disappear. Venerable Phil. Yeah, now that's a huge subject in Tsongkhapa, a huge subject. And I'll say it again, Venerable Phil said, are all kleshas misunderstanding? Okay, and we're definitely going to talk about it, okay? It's a big subject this week. It's a huge subject this week, okay? Now, let me say one more thing about Consciousness 7 that Word didn't mention and I barely remember. Consciousness 7 doesn't just store kleshas. It stores other mental functions, other than a few. Okay, if you say 51 mental functions or 46, all but a few of them are in 7. So if you destroy 7 altogether, do you destroy the whole mind? That's the question, okay? Got it? It's called klesha consciousness, but it's not 100% kleshas. It's like 80% other thoughts. That's something they didn't tell you, okay? And there's a list of them. Kundronga. Yeah, okay, all right. Here's Chayula Se Shen Jecher Song de Shalwar Ka. Difficult to get rid of, okay? Now, that goes to an idiom. What's that mean? What's the idiom? What's your idiom for this one? What's the picture? Yeah, the guy got spaghetti on his shirt or something. I think, right? What number? 3? Number 3. Okay, got it? So we're going to meditate about that. Okay? Do you have to burn the shirt? Can you get the misunderstanding out? Can you cut the brain tumor out without destroying the mind? Okay? Got it? Okay. Döse shakpe korwe tsunrar ching. I'll say it again, and I want a smart comment on it by anyone other than Word. Döse, I'll say it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Döse shakpe korwe tsunrar ching. Huh? Ooh, it's poetry. Okay, it's poetry. Bata bapa bata bapa ba. Standard Tibetan poetry. Okay, bata bapa bata bapa ba. Okay, dese shape korwe tsunaching. It's always like that. Dum bum bunkam 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 bung. Except Milarepa. He's like bung dum bung dum bung. Okay, got it? Why am I talking about that? If you're a translator, you have to smell poetry. It means it's coming from another book. He's quoting somebody, okay? He didn't tell you, but you know from the beat, from the music of the Tibetan, okay? You know he took this from another book. So who cares? I do. No, I want to go to that other book and see what else the guy said. You see what I mean? And that's why our translations are so slow. And our Lamrim classes, okay? Wouldn't it be cool to find that poem and go see the rest of it? Maybe there's something cool there. You see what I mean? So you should get in this habit, okay? When you see a quotation, go read the book. So I went and got it for you. All right? And I'll tell you something interesting. It's from a tantric poem. I mean a Diamond Way poem. About Sukhavati. Is that Paradise of Amitabha? Or some, it's just a paradise. It's a poem about Amitabha's paradise. Not bad. In the middle of kleshas? Okay, what's it mean? The verse says, you are chained in the prison of suffering because of your desire, klesha, spaghetti stains. I mean, he didn't say spaghetti, okay? But you are chained in samsara by the oil stain of desire, okay? Not sharing what you have, not wanting to share what you have. Got it? Wouldn't it be interesting to see the other 3 lines? And we can only do that because of the hard work of John Brady. We should give him a hand. He's not even here, right? Oh, anyway. Don't clap. He's not here. Don't clap for him. Okay. Okay. Here's the whole verse, okay? And this is why it's taken 8 years to come this far. Because I love to go use John Brady's search tool, database. He's got like, total with the scans, right, Christina? It's, I mean, Ramachandra's scans alone are 5 million. Yeah, so you're talking 5 million pages, okay? We can search it in 3 seconds. Cool. Kondra Tsungi Tori. Here's the whole verse, okay? From Vajrayana, Diamond Way. Cool. And why did he think of that? What was he doing when he gave the talk? Okay. Kondra Tsungi Tori Sok Ching. The sword of anger assassinates your higher rebirth. Why? Yeah, it kills your positive seeds. Okay? The sword of anger assassinates your higher rebirth. That's the first line. Dirse shape koitsunarching. And the handcuffs of desire spaghetti grease chain you into the prison of samsara. Okay? Leiki chu sipe gyatsu kir. The rushing river of your karma carries you to the ocean of pain. It carries you down the mountain to the ocean of pain. Na ge dungel balab mamba yang. And when you get there, the waves of keganashi, yeah, you get old. You're constantly having back problems, you know, pain. Chronic pain called life. Okay, what do you call it? Tsunami of the chronic pain called life. That's the end of the poem. Okay, cool. Carried down by karma, which is created by anger and desire. Got it? That's the whole poem, and the whole poem is showing cause and effect. It's showing how kleshas create karma, which is a big subject we're going to do this week, okay? Without kleshas, no karma. Okay, cool? Kuma? Without kleshas, there's no karma. You cannot collect. Let's go to the mind-only school. Who wants to explain that statement in the mind-only school? Without kleshas, there's no karma. Yeah, unless, if you don't think your husband, if you understand your husband's in your head, then you won't yell back. Who said that? Nice. Got it? In the mind-only school, if mind section 7, apartment 7 in the mind, understands apartment 8 in the mind, then apartment 7 will see that apartment 8 is just where the husband is yelling. And the husband didn't decide to yell. The husband's coming from me. Okay, got it? Then the apartment 7 can't be mad at apartment 8. Got it? And then apartment 7 will not answer the husband and won't make new karma. Got it? Question from Miss Kasuka. Yeah, but only dirty ones. I think, right? Word? Am I right? I think so. We didn't get there yet. We'll let you know next year. Okay. Tim, you have any announcements, things? Shall we do the mandala first? Tim, you want to lead the mandala? Okay. Purgi Jashi Meto Tam Rira Blingshi Ninde Kempadi Sangye Shindu Mikte Uagi Roku Namda Shingla Chepasho Inam Guru Rana Mandala Kamnayatayami Dikewokun Sanam Yeshe Tsotoshin Sanam Yeshe Nechuwe Damba Kuni Tobasho. Cool. Thanks for being so patient. I know you have jet lag. I know your butt's tired. And you're very brave to come here and sit here for 3-4 hours at a time, you know. Nobody in the world would do that except you. So you're either crazy or you're special.